They told us the digital economy would make us richer, freer, and more connected. But what if the opposite is happening? What if behind every digital transaction, every paper gain, every surge in the stock market, real wealth is quietly disappearing? This isn't a crash you'll see on the news. There's no explosion, no headlines, no panic. Because this collapse isn't loud, it's silent. By the time people notice, it may already be too late to reverse. To understand this hidden collapse, we have to go back to a time when wealth was something tangible. Gold, land, labor, production. The strength of a nation was measured by what it could build, grow, and trade, not what it could digitally print. But everything changed in 1971, when President Richard Nixon ended the gold standard. Overnight, the US dollar, and by extension, the global economy, was no longer backed by anything real. From that moment, money became an idea, a promise, a belief system. And once money lost its link to something tangible, definition of wealth began to change too. The 1980s and 1990s ushered in a new financial era, one built not on production, but on speculation. Markets were deregulated. Wall Street discovered leverage. Central banks learned they could stimulate growth by creating more credit. Slowly, real assets, factories, land, production took a backseat to paper assets like stocks, bonds, and derivatives. It was the birth of paper wealth, money created from thin air, multiplied by interest, and inflated by digital numbers on screens. At first, it worked beautifully. GDPs soared, and investment boomed. The middle class felt richer. But behind the illusion, something fundamental began to break. The 2000s accelerated everything. The internet revolutionized commerce, communication, and money itself. PayPal, online banking, and later cryptocurrencies made wealth feel weightless. But while money went digital, production didn't. The real economy, the farms, factories, and infrastructure grew slower than the mountain of financial assets built on top of it. In 2008, the system cracked. The financial crisis exposed what the world had built, a fragile tower of credit dependent on never-ending debt and money printing. The solution? Even more money printing. Central banks called it quantitative easing. They said it was temporary. 15 years later, it's the new normal. Today, most of the wealth in the world isn't real. It's digital. It exists as numbers stored in servers, traded in milliseconds by algorithms, and controlled by a handful of institutions. Trillions of dollars can vanish or appear with a keystroke. But here's the catch. Digital money can buy real value if real production doesn't exist. We've built an economy where 1% of people control more digital wealth than 99% combined. And yet, global debt has never been higher. Housing, healthcare, and food prices rise faster than wages. People work more, but own less. This is the silent collapse. The illusion of growth hides the erosion of real wealth, the kind measured in security, resources, and independence. The new form of dependence, as governments print more and central banks intervene more often, every digital dollar buys a little less. Inflation becomes structural, not temporary. Digital payments, once marketed as freedom, are becoming tools of surveillance. With the rise of central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, every transaction could soon be tracked, analyzed, or even restricted. The more digital the economy becomes, the less control individuals have over their own money. Real wealth, land, gold, energy, skills, is being replaced by permissioned wealth, controlled through data and code. Governments try to fix debt with more debt. They fight inflation with policies that cause more inflation, so they push for digital innovation without addressing the real-world consequences. Meanwhile, the divide grows. The ultra-wealthy move assets into tangible stores of value, real estate, art, commodities, while the average person is left holding depreciating digital promises. Every stimulus feels good in the short term. Because every new dollar created without value behind it steals value from the ones already in circulation. Today, the total global wealth stands around $500 trillion, yet over 95% of it exists only digitally. Meanwhile, global debt exceeds $350 trillion. That means the world owes nearly as much as it owns on paper, but in reality, the imbalance is far worse. Real productivity, real labor, and real assets can't keep up with the speed of digital money creation. And history tells us, every time this imbalance grows too large, collapse follows. The Roman Empire debased its currency and fell. The Weimar Republic printed its way to ruin. The pattern never changes, only the technology does. Digital wealth isn't real wealth. It's not tangible, it can vanish in an instant. Money printing doesn't create prosperity, it transfers it. Every new dollar steals from those who earn honestly. The future of freedom lies in owning what's real. Land, energy, skills, and independence are the new gold. The silent collapse isn't coming, it's already here. It's happening every time prices rise, every time savings lose value, every time convenience replaces control. The question isn't if this system will break, it's when. So before the illusion fades, ask yourself, what will you hold when the numbers stop meaning anything? If you found this truth worth knowing, share it, because awareness is the first step to freedom. Subscribe for more deep dives into the hidden history of money and power.